And what I'm going to do is take about 2 cups of water and about a cup or so of our frozen blueberries in there. And then anything else that we want to enhance the flavor, so I can add lemon. I love the idea of ginger in here, and it doesn't have to be fresh ginger. You can use ground ginger as well, but just load it up with a bunch of ginger. Actually, we'll take a little bit more in there. These little roots, has anyone purchased like this ginger before? Has anyone like not used it all and then gone back to it and it looks like a shriveled up root in your fridge? Yeah, that happens. But ginger freezes exceptionally well. So it's one of those things where if you buy a big chunk of it, but you only plan on using a little bit for the recipe, peel the whole thing so that you've prepped it. And then you can wrap it in like a little parchment or something just to keep it protected from the cold air. Throw it in a little Ziploc bag and then pop it in the freezer. And now you have this like solid block of ginger. You take that over a grater and it's like snow. It's like ginger snow. And you can add it to whatever dishes you want. Really easy, but it will last a lot longer. All right, so we're saving that product here, okay? And peel it first because it is hard to peel after you freeze it. But yeah, throw some chunks of ginger in there. Something to brighten it up a little bit. We want a little bit of acidity, so this is apple cider vinegar. But again, you can use any acid. So you can use lemon juice, you can use another vinegar if you want. We're going to add the apple cider vinegar, so about a teaspoon in that. And once you add the apple cider vinegar to the blueberry mixture, let me see if you can see here. It does something really fun with the color. So it might be hard to tell. No, it's going to be very hard to tell. And I can't get my shots right. But it goes from like a purple to a pink, like a very, very vibrant violet. Can you kind of see it off of the ginger there? Yeah. Yeah, the apple cider vinegar starts to change the color, which is really neat. So we're adding all these ingredients and we're going to bring them to a boil. To add a little bit of sweetness, because that's the idea, is I want to make sort of this concentrated flavor enhancer. You can add a little bit of honey, you can add a little bit of maple syrup, and this is where you can go based off of your own discretion, right? So I'll add a couple tablespoons here. And as I do that, so we're going to bring this up to a boil, and it's really in like 5 minutes to cook. So it doesn't take much time at all. We just want the blueberries to start sort of bursting a little bit.
Please be advised that audible testing of the fire alarm system will take place on level 8 to 15
All right.
of month and you.
Fire alarm testing. Perfect. We're in the middle of our talk. I'm going to talk through it, and I will relay another point from Daniela. So, in regards to the blueberry ginger mocktail, so we talked about adequate protein and fiber, but we need adequate fluid intake to go along with it. Both protein and fiber need fluid to work properly in our body. That is an excellent point, and I know Daniela has talked about it before, especially if you're just starting to introduce more fiber in your diet. Do not forget the water components that needs to go with it. Otherwise, you will feel the addition of fiber. So that fluid is really, really important to just help with the digestion. Otherwise, it will be pretty hard, aggressive on your system with that extra fiber. Okay? So the fluid is important. Let's boil and blend it until it's smooth. You can put like a little hand blender in there or transfer it to a blender. If you want to strain it out to make it like really kind of smooth, you can just pass it through a sieve. Or if you don't mind like the little bits of like the ginger and the fiber, you can leave that in. But if you want it a little smoother, you can pass it through a sieve. And what you'll get is this really awesome All right, there we go. Enough of the testing. So what you'll get just from those blueberries, that ginger, a little bit of that honey, is you get this awesome blueberry like syrup, right? This is concentrated. The more you cook it, the more concentrated it will get. So it's one of those things where sort of taste it until you're happy with it, but you're tasting the concentrate. As you dilute it with water, that's going to dilute. So if you want it a little bit stronger, continue to cook it as it reduces, and those flavors will really enhance, especially the ginger. The ginger will really start to come through, which is nice. But you end up with this really nice little blueberry concentrate, which, again, I know Daniela knows this. I have to do a better job of drinking more water. I often add just like frozen fruit or lemons to my water because it helps. This is a really nice way, a really easy way to do that as well. So, to show you how to finish this, what I like to do is add as much as you want. You can kind of, based off of your taste, like a few tablespoons of that water. We have some ice. Nope. There's also a snowstorm in your freezer, so the ice is a frozen block, but you can add ice to that, and then you can top it with just flat water, or for something like more like a mocktail style, you can put some sparkling, and you just have this like really pretty looking, refreshing drink with a lot of those flavors in it. And this is something that you can keep on hand, right? This will last in the fridge for a few days as is. But if I'm making it like this, I want it to last a lot longer. And so what I'll actually do with it, I should keep this up, is freeze it in like ice cube trays. Regular ice cube tray would be fine, but this is just a larger version of that. So I just froze some of this syrup in our ice cube trays. And then you can like pack a bunch of them in a freezer bag. I went through some like lemon wedges with lemon slices in there as well. And then you can pop them out. And you have this almost like an ice cube, but as it sits in the water, it will start to dissolve and it'll start to melt and it'll start to slowly release some of those flavors of the water, and it looks really cool as well. I'm going to put another one here just so you can see. This will overflow and make a mess. Well, we'll be happy. Yes, but you can kind of see how it kind of floats on the top, so you can do it after. And again, it's just a really fun way to hydrate, but also to get a little bit more flavor. Yes?
Can you have it warm too, like the other one that you made, is the apple, mulled apple?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can make it like a mulled beverage. Yeah, like a warm beverage. Again, it's think of it as like this concentrated flavor. Bring it the ginger, bring it the blueberries in there, and then I can add it to different dishes. I can add this to like a pancake mix or something, and make blueberry pancakes out of it. Right. So there's different ways in which we can use this up. But in terms of the hydration component, changing it up a little bit and how that hydration looks, make it a little more enjoyable for sure. But making sure that we're getting those essential fluids necessary.
Or try for dessert or something.
Oh, like a try for dessert? Absolutely. Yeah. Lots of options there. And Daniela talking about, so a lot of the risk reduction guidelines recommend the avoidance of alcohol completely if possible. And if must, have a drink. And aim to keep it to max 2 drinks per week. So those are like sort of the current recommendations for alcohol, but it's changed quite a bit here. Talking about trying to reduce as much as we can. So having some of these options, these mocktails, I think is a fun way to aid with that. And that is our last recipe. So thank you at home for everyone watching. If you have any other questions, please shoot them in the chat. All those tips from Daniela we're going to include on the recipes themselves when we post them. on our pages, so we'll make sure that you do get all of that. Thanks for everyone who joined us today. Braving the storm. Thank you. We're gonna serve up some of this food, so you can try it. You made it through the storm. This is your reward. And then just a reminder that these classes, we offer them the third Thursday of every single month, 12 to 1 p.m. Next month, we're actually doing a little collaboration with Gilda's Club. We have a very close colleague of mine, a very good friend, Amy Symington, Chef Amy Symington, who will be joining us. And she will be working with us. We're going to be cooking up some amazing things. We're going to be featuring some dishes from her cookbook. She's got a good cookbook out. So we'll talk about that. So she'll be our guest for next month. So please tune in then. And yeah, until then, stay safe out there, stay warm, and we'll see you in February. Bye, everyone.